All right, guys, so today we're talking about Freon. It's getting hot outside. It's super hot here in Missouri this time of year. And a lot of you guys are thinking, my AC maybe not as cold as what it should be. I don't want to pay to take it to a shop. You don't really have to. There's a lot of new stuff that just came out this past year. They revamped a lot of the 134A Freon stuff. I'm going to show you which hose is the best, the cheapest best hose you could possibly get, and when you could use at home with little knowledge. All right, so we're using the GoPro today because the big camera is kind of awkward on doing stuff under the hood. So this is the latest hose. This is the new AC Pro, and how this guy works, it screws on, your bottle screws on the bottom. It has an easy quick disconnect on the bottom of it. The hose is actually longer, which makes it easier to use. The problem before with the old hoses, okay, so this is the old hose I used for the last 2 to 3 years, right? It just like barely freaking works. It's leaking out of all the joints when you put it on. And this takes the old style 134A can. Now, a lot of you probably didn't know they actually changed this. I'm gonna set this on the glass sunroof, not on the paint. Thank you very much. The old style can is right here. And this has the hole punched in it from this old hose. So how this hose works, whenever you screw this in, that little needle stabs a hole in the top of the can. The issue is, once it's punctured, this can's done. And even though you leave it screwed on, once it's punctured, it'll leak out of the can. So if you just need to top something off a little bit, you got to burn a whole can. Now, Freon is not expensive anymore. It's like $3.99 a can most places, $4 a can. So the new can they've updated, that hose only works with the old style can, right? This is the new style can. It looks very similar, has the same threads on it, but this down the side of it actually has a little rubber deal. So what I mean by that, once you, like this can still has some in it, it's already been punctured. So the way the new hose works is you pull the trigger, it has like a little needle that stabs down in the can, but it only stabs in it if you hold the trigger down, then it comes back out of it. And it has like a rubber, like a little valve, rubber valve type situation in there. So when you come back out of it with the needle, it seals off the can. So if you just need to top off a car, you could top off 2 or 3 cars with basically one can, depends on how much you need, probably 2 cars. Let me show you here. And this hose will do the old style can and the new style can. So when you screw this bad boy on here, right? You can hear it puncturing the can. I can't make it come out the hose without it being hooked up, right? So once I take this off, you hear a little tsh. There you go, if you can hear that or not. And that's it. The can's punctured but resealable, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and hook it up to the E39. Even though we're inside, we'll run this for a minute. I'm gonna show you how it works. Okay. So this car actually has, how the hell with it, you can probably see it. Every car has 2 lines, right? A high and a low. These BMWs are always real easy. Any car is real easy to locate those usually. So you have a low side, which has a smaller cap, and a high side, which has a bigger cap, right? So we're gonna hook this up to the lower side, and it just goes on there real easy. And this won't leak once you snap it on. The problem with the other hose I had, any older hose, when you lock it on, it's like leaking out around there and it's a big ass mess and everything else. You didn't hear anything come out of it, right? So it's gonna be way over in the red. It was in the red to start with on the gauge because, you know, just the way it is. Let me go start this car up, and this is gonna show us right away where you're at. All right, so we're running. AC compressor's on. And here we are. The trigger is not pulled. Just give it just a minute here. It's almost low, right? So we need to add a little bit to it. We just give it a little squeeze. You just want to shake it like this, and you can feel the can getting cold and going in. Essentially what you're going to do, you're going to want to get it around 40 is about perfect. Now, let me shut this off so you can hear me. Okay, now, let's say you put too much in it, right? So it's going to start going up here since the compressor's off. Now, let's say there's too much in it and you want to let some off. You think, well, I'll let some off the low side right here, right? Let's say you put it over in the red or wherever, right? Or in the yellow. And if you get in the yellow or the red, the compressor's kicking off and on, and you need to let some back out. You don't let it off the low side, right? How I was always taught to do this, you let it off the high side. So you gotta put a glove on, put a rubber glove on, whatever kind of glove on, get you some damn sunglasses or goggles on, and you let a little, it's high pressure. So you get a screwdriver or whatever takes you, you let a little bit off the high side. If you don't have a big double gauge, which most of you are not going to have that, and a lot of guys that have, they're like, oh, you got to have a double gauge, pull vacuum. Well, no, you don't. I've been in this for years. You let a little bit of air off the high side. That's how you bring it down. That's how you get everything corrected on it. And that will get your AC where you need to go. Now, if you want to buy one of these new hoses, there'll be a link below in the Amazon store. And I want to talk about 2013 and newer vehicles that have the 1234YF refrigerant. So it just takes a different hose. That's the only difference, right? The hose looks the same. I'll also link that one up to it. Make sure, I think they're $20 some. Make sure you don't buy the wrong one, right? Buy the one for 134A and not the one for the newer version. Unless you have a 2013 or newer, and then you need to verify that your specific car has the newer Freon, right? So that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. That's your AC tips. I've been doing it this way, using various hoses for about 25 years, and well, everything works. So the method works. That's gonna be it. Thanks a lot. We'll see you later.